Hi guys, it's Michelle Patterson here with Angel Souls, and this is your weekly Angel Oracle card reading for the week beginning March 13th, 2017. For this week, we're going to do a few things differently, I think, by adding in the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. I might pull one or two of those. I'm going to use the Healing Oracle Crystal Reading cards. I have to read that off the box because there's a lot to it. By Rochelle Sharman. And then I'm going to use the Messages from Your Angels also by Doreen Virtue. So if you'd like to get a personal reading with me, just go to my website at angelsouls444.com, the services page. I am now offering 15-minute readings as another option with the Angel Board. I just ask that if you are going to purchase that one, please make sure that you put in your submission form that you understand that you are getting an Angel Board reading, or put in the subject Angel Board reading, something along those lines. Okay? If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'll leave all that information down below. And please do not forget about the courses and extra readings I have up on Gumroad at this time. Please give me feedback on the Gumroad extra readings. If you want me to continue those, leave a comment down below. If you would like to see something different, let me know that too. I am currently doing some intense study with the archangels so that I can do the archangels series. Now I'm going to start with Archangel Michael for protection and courage and clarity. But again, I'm literally researching what different faiths have to say about Archangel Michael. For example, I don't know if I'm going to incorporate all of that. I'm just getting all the info and then trying to get a video and a course up that would be suitable, I think, for what my viewers might want. Okay, so I think that's it. Let's get started. I actually want to start with this deck that I didn't grab, put near me. Sorry, guys. All right, so let's start with this one. As always, I am going to put some white light on these cards, get them all good. All right, so let's see what's coming up. We'll pull, let's do, I feel like 2, 2, and 3. So 2 of these, 2 Romance Angel cards, and then, what did I say, 2, 2, 3? And then 3 of the crystal cards. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. What do we have here? All right. So the end of conflict potentially this week if you give it a chance to be done. So it seems like heaven is trying to help you out with something. It's trying to help you see a better way, and you might be clamping down on what you think it should be and not opening up. I just had an experience like this where I've been pushing and pushing and pushing on something, and then finally I let go and a different kind of solution appeared. It wasn't what I thought I wanted. It was not what I thought would be coming about, and yet there it was. And once I got on that path, all the signs were pointing towards, this is what you got to do right now. And I trust it. It's got to be for some good reason. All right. So I'm going to get 2 of these romance cards, and then I'll hold all of them up for you. And then, of course, pull a few from the Crystal Oracle deck as well. It's so funny. I'm sitting here in front of my window and people go by there walking their dogs. And I guess people are just so confounded when they see like a camera or something. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. So romantic feelings is one card. Forgiving and learning. Look at this. Okay, so it's like, let me just tune into this because there's a whole story playing out here. So something that has really hurt you guys. Now, this doesn't necessarily have to be romantic love if that's not your scenario that you have going on right now, but it's like partnership. Do you know what I mean? And, having some conflict with somebody around you that normally I would say this is somebody who's close to you who, you have loving feelings for. It could be a romantic partner, but it doesn't have to be. All right. So it seems like there's a take on this. There's, you guys are just so wound up in the fighting that you're not seeing the solution. If that is the case for you, this week I would highly encourage you, number 1, to call on Michael, okay, Archangel Michael, to clear away all the negativity and to give you clarity, and Archangel Raguel, Raguel, to help you harmonize your relationships and to harmonize within yourself, because a lot of times these things happen because you're not feeling at home with you, yes? Or you're coming from a place of fear, or the other person's coming from a place of fear, so on and so forth. All right. So this first card is Fiona. Now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. Again, the help might be coming in a way that you had not anticipated. And maybe you didn't think that that would be a viable option for you, whatever the case may be. Now, also, it's highly, it's just like very connected to this Grace and Antoinette card, which if you guys know this deck, you know that this is like the conflict card, kind of. So again, heaven's trying to show you, they're trying to get through to you through your intuition, like, hey, things might not be what you think they are. Or, hey, it doesn't have to be this serious. Or, hey, because of your pain, you're jumping to conclusions about what that person's intentions were. Okay, so let me just, because these are so connected, I'm going to hold them up together. Then we have the Grace and Antoinette card. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Okay, and see, this is what this card is saying, like, accept heaven's help. It's trying to get you to that place of compassion. So, you know, yeah, they're saying a lot of times we get so addicted to the struggle. We've said this before, but people also get so addicted to being wronged, or, you know, whatever the case may be, that they expect that they're being wronged. And you might come across a situation this week. I think it's like facing relationship problems this week. And relationship problems they're not just limited to romantic partnership. Okay. So you're facing it, which is great. Now, again, you know, if you're going to come to any sort of conclusion within the week, you're going to have to get your compassion on, work with Archangel Muriel, not Uriel, but Muriel for forgiveness. Okay. Go ahead. So it's a really, I don't know that all of you are going to let go. That would be the call of order for this week. But again, it feels more like you're just facing it. These are good discussions. They will eventually, for most of you, help turn things around. Now, for some of you, once you this might be fighting with an ex, or this might be, you know, it's like you've been fighting with your ex. Once you finally talk it out and you let it go, new love comes in. This could be fighting with your boss or a coworker, and then like the second you let it go, you see that like another opportunity comes forward, you know, so on and so forth. So now we're going to get into the romance cards. I just felt like we had to pull some of those, and we have romantic feelings. So again, for some of you, if you do, you know, the work this week, you know, let's say it is a love partner and you work through it, you could rekindle the spark. It would be really great. Now, if you're single out there, that Grace and Antoinette card could be you battling yourself. And that is why this hasn't been allowed to come in. Okay. Maybe you've been afraid to love. You've been hurt. Or maybe you've just been single for so long you think it's not meant for me. You know, love is meant for everybody else, but I don't fit into that category. You know, whatever the case may be, heaven's trying to show you just how worthy you are. So with this romantic feelings card, it says your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, if you're single, you're suddenly discovering, hey, no, I deserve to be in the love game too. I deserve it as well. If you continue to be in this negative space, again, it's not about being like false positive, like, you know, like positivity, but yeah, again, it's all about self-worth. So not kidding yourself, really getting deep and going, no, I can get back in the game here. It's not going to hurt me to go on a few dates, so on and so forth. And again, for those of you who are coupled, this is a reignition of the passion, guys. So that's good. It's very good. But here we go. There's still some hurt feelings going on, right? So again, it just depends on your individual situation, what you have going on. You're facing something, whether you're facing yourself or you're facing another. You're working it out. You're getting honest. And, you know, again, sometimes you could be left really raw when you have those discussions, like exhausted, and honor that if you need to. So like if something doesn't come to a full resolution this week, that's okay. You've at least set the groundwork for it to, you know, get better down the road. For some of you though, you're working it out. So again, you know, even if this is just like, like a boss, like your boss might be all like, quote unquote, lovey-dovey, not like in a romantic sense, but like, oh, you're my best employee now. But still there's this little sort of residue from all the conflict. Okay, so this is forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So again, there's a lot of forgiveness that needs to happen here. Things might have been said, things might have been done. Actions might have been taken because someone thought your intentions were X, Y, and Z, and they were completely off, okay? And yes, too, if you're sitting there wondering, I know we're pulling romantic cards, but it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, you know, because I'm getting the sense that someone has had a falling out with like a sister, a sibling, and you might even be in touch with that person after a very, very long time. And it just, let's expand this reading to love of all kinds, right? So rekindling that family bond, that family relationship. And again, it says, as you release your past, you open your heart up to more love. So again, if you're, let's say you are looking for romantic love, but you are just so filled with resentment because of how you think your family treated you or whatever, if you make amends with someone who has hurt you, yes, or at least worked through it, or you know what I'm saying, like released it, forgiven it, whatever, now you might even be releasing a block to bring a love partner in. Get it? Okay, get how that all works? That energy. All right, so let's see what other cards we have here. Once again, I'm going to be putting some white light on them, just getting them cleared out. And let's see what else is on deck for us. Oh, I would also like for you guys to sort of vote below. Now, I can't always control like how long the messages are going to be. They're going to be what they are. But, you know, there is, you know, an art to doing a YouTube channel and having to maintain that. So you know, when there are longer videos, I tend to get more views. People are very engaged, and yet the analytics are showing that people only watch for like about 15 minutes and then they're out. So if you prefer shorter videos, again, no guarantee that I'll be able to do that, but you know, I might be able to on my end just sort of organize them in a way where it's like if you want to stay tuned for more information, you can, kind of thing. But leave me some feedback about that too. Telling me I talk too much is not feedback. Okay, so just be nice. All right, guys, two more cards. So far, we've got Malachite healing. Again, there's like a lot of stuff being faced that was not being faced before. Courage, having the courage to speak up, having the courage to face what you haven't wanted. Oh, guys. Aw. Heart healing. I don't know how to say this. Diaptase? It might be that. I don't know. Anyway, it's beautiful. All right. So here we go. Here they are. Here, just taking the colors there for a second. I'll put it right in front of my face. Just taking the colors for a second. And like I said, it's all about the healing. It's all about facing, you know, facing a hurt, facing a pain, even if it's within you, even if it's a hurt or a pain, you know, God forbid, with somebody who's on the other side and you never got a chance to make peace with it. Okay. Time to do that. Time for healing. And you'll notice these are kind of like, you know, heart-centered kind of colors. It's like green and like a greenish blue. So really work on that heart center, guys. Let the pain go. It is not serving you, okay? And again, if you want to create a new reality for yourself, you can't be hanging on to old resentments. Yeah, and this tiger's eye is also, excuse me, also very protective. So have the courage to look at a problem. Have the courage to admit where you were wrong. Okay? Admit where you know, made some missteps. Maybe I shouldn't have been so harsh with you. Maybe I could have given you the benefit of the doubt. You know, these sorts of things. Okay? And then, of course, we have, again, I don't know how to say this, diaptase. Is that right? It might not be right. That I give you full reign to go ahead and be like, Michelle, that ain't right. Go ahead. Go ahead. Heart healing. So essentially by the end of this week, you've sort of recaptured a sense of self, a sense of self-worth if you do the work, and you're moving on. You are moving on from the hurt. And again, if you're going to fully move on, that can't mean that you have resentment towards that person, even though you got away from them. Or, you know, playing the victim, especially if it's like a divorce. You know, okay, it could have been messy. Maybe your love partner did a lot of bad things, but you're only preventing yourself from true happiness by dwelling on it. Yes, we always say, don't deny your pain. You can acknowledge it, just don't live in it. Okay, don't swim around in the pain. It's not going to help you. All right, guys. So there it is. I'm going to record the angel board reading next. I'm hoping you guys all have a beautiful week. Take care.